Now we're out here in Pecan Island, Louisiana, and here we are at the end of the pier at Freshwater Dock, at the very tip of the spear of the land that SpaceX is going to put a spaceport right down this little waterway. And these people are the locals. They had a rescue mission. Somebody got stuck on a boat somewhere, and those people came and rescued him, which is pretty cool, I have to say. Heroic. We tip our hats to them. It's a long way from Texas. It's probably about 11 hours from Starbase. But if you take a Starship, it would take about 30 minutes or less. I mean, maybe 15, you know. But the idea, once you get reusability, is to get hundreds of millions of tons up to the surface of the moon. The only way to do that is have a bunch of spaceports. I mean, you could do it with one spaceport, but you need multiple because you got just different needs, and you need to be firing off all along the space coast. So we'll have Starbase Texas, Starbase Louisiana, Starbase Florida, and because who wants a Starbase Alabama? I mean, really, come on, you know what I mean? So there's a trade-off. Starbase has a beach. In Texas, they don't have a beach here in Louisiana. And this water, it says it's freshwater dock, but actually it's pretty salty. You really don't want to drink that water. It's kind of brackish. Yesterday, Elon flew in his private jet right above here, checking out the new property, according to the locals. Saw him flying out over the water in his private jet. He really likes this land. I would too. It's beautiful. It's a great space to put a spaceport.
Yeah, but he's going to ruin it.
They think he might ruin it, according to the locals. I'm not so sure, because I went to Starbase Texas, and it's gorgeous what they've done. It's a refuge. They didn't really destroy anything. They just basically bought the dirt from people that wanted to sell it around there and built up a massive, giant rocket pad.
It's going to be 8 rocket pads.
Think so? He thinks it's going to be 8 pads.
8 rocket pads in a little city.
In a little city called Starbase Louisiana. And they keep it clean. I got to say, I went out to Brownsville, is the closest city to Starbase, Texas. And I will say, look, y'all know I clown McDonald's all the time. That was the cleanest McDonald's bathroom I had ever been in. If that's the kind of impact, I want Starbase in Baton Rouge, honestly. Because if they can clean up our McDonald's, man, we could really use it. Our McDonald's have a real problem in Veluso management down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother video. On the way to this place, the roads are not very big. They're not made for giant trucks. They're not made for these massive amounts of bulldozers and different cranes that need to come down these roads to be able to build this base. However, with the state of Louisiana, they could increase and improve the infrastructure to prepare for SpaceX to move in, and that would be better for not only SpaceX but all the local residents too, because they could drive on some good roads, because the roads really are kind of janky. But so they are. They're janky near Starbase Texas too, I gotta say. You do not want to drive your Signature Series Model S down to Starbase in FSD in the current moment because of the potholes. It's pretty janky roads. And the same thing coming here to Pecan Island. For the last 10 miles or so, you want to manually drive because some of those potholes will help you meet Jesus. While I'm sitting here, they're putting boats in and pulling boats out. This one was unfortunately had some issues, and they had to get towed in. But we're going to try to get the drone in the air, give you guys a little bit more shots of what this place looked like before space moved in, and we kind of use it as a documentary to make sure that we can keep it preserved in the condition that it's in, or improved with better roads and access to pretty spots. And I'm Lance Woolley. This is Dastronauts. Mash that like button. Ding. I'm out here at the Freshwater Dock. It's gorgeous. It's not super fresh. It's kind of brackish, a little salty. I wouldn't drink it, but I would swim in it. Definitely would swim in it, but that doesn't say much because I bathed in the deluge at Starbase Texas, and I can't wait to bathe in the deluge of Starbase Louisiana. It might be 2 to 4 years before that happens. I'm thinking 2028 because they move fast with this stuff. But because they don't have the infrastructure the roads to get here, I really think it's going to lean more towards 2029, 2030. And so let's see if we can get the drone in there and get some pretty shots of this landscape and try to figure out where all this stuff's going to go. The guy that just walked up here said there's going to be 8 pads. He must be in the know. I think he follows Sawyer Merritt or maybe Mr. Fundsman. I'm not 100% sure. But I do want to shout out to my man Spencer and David Moss for being so patient with their FSDing. I intervened so many times today. And David Moss, I do not recommend that you come to Pecan Island until they fix the roads or you stop breaking your streaks. And, if you break your streaks, it's cool. You can come down here and do some manual action. But it's not FSD friendly on the last 10 miles. I'm Lance Woolley. This is Dastronauts. Thank you for watching.